Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. In front of me are the ingredients for Nobake Cookies. We've got 3 cups of quick cook oats. Don't use the old-fashioned ones, it won't work. This is 1 3/4 cup of sugar, half a cup of butter, 1/4 a cup of cocoa powder, indecisive, half a cup of crunchy peanut butter, and half a cup of milk. We're going to start by turning the oven on. And I'm going to go medium for this. And then I'm going to throw in my milk and my butter. My mom used to make these a lot when I was a kid. I looked online for recipes. I do have her recipe on an index card, and I did find her recipe online as well. So this is her recipe. A lot of the recipes I found online use creamy peanut butter for some reason, which to me is sacrilege. This is supposed to be a nutty, oaty cookie. I don't understand why you would use creamy peanut butter, but whatever. I'm just going to take my favorite wooden spoon, Bernie, and I'm going to move the butter around to increase the melting potential. At the end, we will add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Also, before you get started, make sure you prep a couple cookie sheets with wax paper. That will help you to be ready when you're done with this. They will cook rather quickly once they cook. If you wanted to speed this process up, you probably could have sliced the butter into smaller pieces, which would melt faster. I did not do that because I didn't think of it till right this second. And, you know, whatever. It's a lazy cookie day. Also, some of you might be asking, Mark, why are you using such a big pot? That looks like a Dutch oven. Usually when I do this, I make a double batch, because if you're going to do it, it takes the same amount of time to make 2 as it does to make 1. At the last minute, I thought, no, let's not be confusing again. Butter's mostly melted, so I am pouring in the sugar and the cocoa. Again, 1/4 a cup of cocoa powder, 1 3/4 cup of sugar, and get everybody mixed around. Let everybody know each other. Everybody will be happy together. So happy together. If you're feeling fancy, you could probably use a whisk to break some of this up. I'm not gonna, because this isn't a fancy cookie. This is an easy, lazy cookie. I will, however, go around the outside with this scraper, just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Because again, why not? And the excess will wind up in here anyway when I add the peanut butter in a couple minutes. We're just going to bring this up to a simmer. And let it simmer for about a minute. Maybe a minute and a half, you know, whatever. Okay, once it starts to simmer a little bit, I'm going to stir. And you're just patiently stirring it while it simmers a little bit. Some recipes might tell you to let it boil. You don't really want a full-on boil with this. I don't think that's a little bit excessive. You just want everybody happy and kind of simmering. And then we're going to go ahead and add the peanut butter. Once the peanut butter's in there, we're going to melt it down a little bit. And while that's melting down a little bit, I'm going to grab a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract Throw that in there. Give it a quick stir, right? Stir it around. Then I'm going to shut off the heat, pour in my oats. And I'm going to stir, stir, stir. Now, you will notice that even though the heat is off, these are going to cook up rapidly. The quick cook oats, I can't say that 5 times fast apparently, are the ideal choice here. And I find that the easiest way to do this is to just take it with a tablespoon and start plopping them down. I try to make them kind of biggish because we have the big cookie rule of 2015 in this household, which states that all cookies must be the big cookie. Now, this is why I usually make a double batch for these. You do as many as you want. And my arrangement obviously is not great, but I've got 2 sheets. And therefore, no waiting. And once everything's clear, you're going to let these sit for about half an hour. Don't touch them. Don't move them. I'll see you in half an hour. You can stay here, though, because it's only going to be like 2 seconds. I did it again. I recorded a whole outro, and whoopsie doodle. Oh well. So I peeled off one of the cookies. I had said that it's been half an hour, by the way. By the way, I'm back. It's been half an hour. Sorry. Got a little frazzled there. It's been half an hour, and the cookies are done. I was saying, before I picked up the cookie, that during that half-hour period, I did a little more research that I probably should have done before I started. And one of the things that I found is apparently the timing of the boiling is very important for these cookies. You remember how I was like, you probably don't need a rolling boil. That's a little much. And I'm kind of right. These cookies are fine. Apparently, if you don't boil them long enough, though, if they don't mix just right, you wind up with cookies that don't hold together. These hold together. I took a bite in the outro that I did that didn't work. So watch out for that. They also might dry out if you boil it for too long. I guess just do what I did. Regardless, I have made them where they turn out like goop, and it's delicious goop, you know. So like I said, you can't screw them up that badly. You can never screw anything up that badly. Which is why we have the Totally Honest Cooking Show. Remember, anybody can cook, especially you. With that said, like, subscribe, click the little bell. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.